Welcome back to another episode of First Use, and in today's video I'm going to go through the Hawks and their game against Carlton. And what I noticed last night was the ability to use their hands, especially getting their half forwards up into the midfield between the arcs. And there was an interesting comment by Kane Corns, so just listen in here to what it was mentioned about the difference between this year and last year.
But it's a great sign. So the one issue for Hawthorn is their inability to move the footy from the back half. They ranked 17th in that area after being 6th last year. That one was all the way from back 50 to forward 50. Amon, D'Ambrosio.
So what was really evident last night in the games, and the clips I'll show you coming in this video, is the ability to use their hands, but have support, run from behind, use their hands, but then rush forward. What Carlton didn't do is they didn't check him. But it's really interesting to see whether this holds up in the last 4 rounds for Hawthorn. But the way they used their hands, the way they created support from behind, and the ability to go inside forward 50 and still use their hands was really, really impressive. So let's get into the clips now. So this is in the first quarter. This is this disputed ball, and just watch. I love what Dylan Moore does here. So the ball's going, and this is Dylan Moore here. And I love how he runs in support. They do a lot of handball games. A lot of clubs do that these days, and it's the ability to get in line with your teammate. And I've mentioned that a lot in previous videos. Just to get, so not used there, but he's still tracking. He's still lateral to the contest. Love the support. Love the hands that they're giving. They get their hands up really clear, a la Sam Mitchell. Pretty much that's what he was really, really, really good at. Ability to take the tackle, get the hands free, get them above your shoulders, get the hands off. And I just love this play, how that, look at that, even Sicily, anticipating the contact, hands free. He played a great game last night, and look at that hands. And now look at Dylan Moore, still. Now it's going forward. So the ability to shift back and forth, him, McDonald, Ginnivan, Watson, and I was showing those videos how they were able to get those half forwards up and then slingshot back forward. But he's still involved in the play here. Look at that. Even from Hardwick. Just got the hands up, bang. So something that they practice a lot at training, comes from Sam Mitchell. Get the hands free. He was really good at that. And then it's once again drawing the defender. Not going too early. Making sure you put wait for the defender to come at you. And there was times last night, there was one play there where the Hawthorn player got it and the Carlton defender was sort of tracking back. He just kept on running at him. Get him to make a decision. I love the hands. This is McDonald here. So this is the goal that he scored. So there's your lateral awareness. So going at the defender once again. So go at the defender to actually then be able to give off the hands. So a simple 2-on-1. But if he gives it too early, then this player can come off and have an impact. So really important that you make that decision. You go at the defender to make a decision. And here is, so Dylan Moore could have used McDonald here. And there's a number of clips here where McDonald gets involved with running forward. But the ability to then go, be aware that they're out. And he could have been used again here by Ginnivan. He's got his hands out. But then Ginnivan decides to kick. Now he's in a decision to run forward and be front and centre. So the ball comes in forward 50. Great contest here from Kelshadea. But look who gets onto it. McDonald. Snaps the goal. So ability to work up and then to work forward. Really impressive work rate. What sides love to do is they love to get turnovers through the midfield, and in particular through the arcs. So this is really impressive. It doesn't come off. It ends up becoming a boundary throw, but you can see the intent from the Hawthorn players to be able to have use the hands and be effective of running forward. So great awareness. Great. Now they've won the intercept. This is where they get into action mode. Look, 1, go back, line of vision, really important. So don't just stand, Be able to move in line of vision of your teammate. Hands long forward. And you can see what they're trying to do here. They're trying to get into the open space for Will Day to run onto. So this is the connection piece you've got to have. Like I said, it doesn't come off, but you can see their intent. Use the hands in tight, in close, get over the next layer, and then get out into space. But you've got to have work rate from behind to actually execute it. So this is a great passage to play. I think they showed it several times throughout the broadcast. So this is where Sicily gets that kick into, I think it's Dylan Moore. But just watch how this unfolds. So one hand pass, get the hands free, anticipate the contact once again. It was so evident last night. More evident than what I've seen Hawthorn all year, I reckon. In my opinion, it just really stood out. There's the hand pass. What about this kick? Bang. Hits him. So this is the run and support from behind, and you'll see, I think McDonald gets involved here. He ends up getting the ball close to their forward line. And one of the things they did last night was the ability to get on and kick really quickly. So here's the runners here, all going forward. The ability to actually get the ball moving really quick. And what that does, it doesn't allow for the opposition, in this case Carlton, to set up. They feel like they're running back all the time, or there's a little chip kick, so they're coming forward. They just don't have any chance to set up structurally behind the ball. So Dylan Moore kicks it into McDonald. Look where he is right now. He ends up getting the hand pass here, hand pass to Gunston. So just the work rate, the ability to work forward. So come up, get involved, then work forward. Kicks it to Ginnivan. Ginnivan was back here, and I showed him those group of players that were running forward. So really good offensive running, and I love how he kicks this off the line. He can obviously see that in line with the goals, that's where the Carlton defenders are zoning off. So really smart to pull it into the corridor. McDonald still pushing forward. And it's not he's not sprinting. He's just keep the momentum going. He's just going forward. You never know what could happen. This is a great kick from Ginnivan into the space for Meek to run into. But you just see the urgency around when Meek takes the mark. So Meek takes the mark. There's aim on there. So it just, not only was it backward of centre that they wanted to improve, and that's what, Kane Corns spoke about the stats and the difference between last year to this year. There was certainly a massive focus for them to use a handball and have that connection off the half-back line. But that was a flow-on effect for the whole game across the board. So not only from the back half, but also inside forward 50. So got a free here, but then Meek decides to go to aim on. Great decision because he's left foot. He sort of shanks a little bit, but you can see their willingness to get it on. Once again, a still connection. That's McDonald. So aiming kicks it inside forward 50. There's McDonald. Still running. Still going. Line of vision. And who's there? McDonald. Great work rate. Goes at the defender. Doesn't look to do he could have easily done a snapshot there or check-sided in, but then goes at the defender to get him to make a decision. Gunston, easy goal. So there's a long passage to play there, but I wanted to highlight how they've tidied up that structure, particularly backward of centre. They used their hands quite a bit. They had run from behind, but they brought the half forwards up and then slingshot forward. This is another passage of play where it doesn't come off, but you can see their intent. You can see the ability to run for each other, support from behind, but go at the defender and actually carve up the opposition through their handball use. So he takes the space, goes at the defender, gets him to make a decision. But then you need run and support. Great hands. Great hands. See how he just holds out a fraction? Great hands. Then you can be linked up as the next one. And then they end up being a stop play. But you can see what they're trying to do. Once again, small forward. So small forwards are really damaging. Now this is from a stop play. So kick it off the ground. This backward to centre. So Hawthorn's going left to screen. You show and this is a really good example of running hard forward. This occasion, it's Watson. So kick off the ground. This is Watson here. So he's starting behind his man, starting behind Sard. Great pick up here from Kelstadir. So Kelstadir kicks it into space. Really good awareness, good kick. Covered him up. That's Watson there. Look at that work rate. Watson. Look at that separation he's already got on his direct opponent. More. Here. Ability to go up and then slingshot forward. Great. Sits up. Watson. So he was back at that contest. Back at backward to centre. Gets onto an easy goal. Okay, so this is the last one. So once again, backward to centre. So Hawthorn's going right to screen. This is Impey. So very clear intentions to run and support, link up handball, but also more importantly, what Hawthorn were willing to do was honour the run from behind. So what that did, it created more run, because if you were running and you were getting used, you just kept on doing it. So this is Impey. So kicks it forward, dispute, good hand forward, Impey. All right, so still running. Really good link-up play here. Over to McDonald, as we've spoken about already. Look who he hand passes to. Impey. Go at the defender. Create the space. And good lateral awareness and spatial awareness. And this is like I showed you in that first clip with Dylan Moore. So really good awareness to actually be in that space. Not be over passing lanes. And what I mean by passing lanes is this: Dylan Moore goes there. It's a lot harder for the hand pass. You need to actually hold your ground. Don't be running off. Be lateral to your teammates so you can give the hand pass. And it's really good awareness here. Comes off. Once again, goes at the defender, but creates an opportunity to receive the hand pass. Then this is a fantastic kick inside forward 50. So not kicking towards the goals, you're kicking off the line. So where Gunston is right now in relation to where the goals is why the Carlton players are standing there, but this is where the space is. Brilliant kick, another goal. So there's a bit of a snapshot of how they were able to use the ball, particularly on backward to centre last night for Hawthorn. So really well drilled, the ability to connect with their hands, and we all know how good they are at switching the ball, how good they are with their foot skills, but they just added another layer to their game last night, which was really effective, and those small forwards played a big part in coming up, getting involved, slingshot forward, and be able to have scoreboard pressure.